You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
Crisp.
Oh, you guys did that at the same time.
In sync, bro.
Yeah, Justin, Joey, Cam, one of the other in syncs.
Oh.
I'm glad we watched the acceptance speech, though, in between.
Correct. Aw, that was weak.
They want to splash everywhere.
Just in case people watched non-spoiler and are coming into spoiler.
Oh,
we watched it, okay?
Yes, we watched it off air, and I would make the argument that a South Korean woman had a story by, so it still counts. She made a valid
Whoever
point.
had the initial input on the story, that's their... Like, if it's story by, that means they came up with the story. And then they took that story and adapted it into a screenplay.
Hello and welcome to Movie Beaters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
We're joined by Cam Weiner.
It'll be really interesting to see if he actually edits that in.
Damn it. Writer.
The point is
and
this.
Writer, director, and producer.
Do you want to take 3?
Yeah, sure.
He's a
You want to
director.
interrupt me again?
Kind of.
No, I'm not going to take through. That's fine. I'll cut it. It'll look choppy, but it'll be fine.
That'll be extreme. What? Sure. What's up?
We're in the
I'm not trying to come
spoilers.
down on Korean people. I'm just saying it was erasure of previous people that had won.
She didn't say. Why do you think it was a
Should
race?
Sinners have won over one battle after another for Best Picture?
I personally wanted it to win over one battle after another, but I'm not like terribly mad at one battle after another winning just because it is a great movie. I just thought Sinners did a little more with its concept.
Even though it has 20 minutes less.
It's shorter, it's less movie, but there's more packed into it.
Wait, are you saying more movie deserves the award, or what's your
Not in the
issue?
slightest.
But why bring that up?
I think Sinners should have won purely because I think, they both conveyed what they were trying to convey really well, but Sinners, I think, took some bigger swings and landed them.
Which one do you think is more pro-America?
Probably
Wait,
Sinners.
why is it funny?
Jesus
Because it's a
Christ.
random question.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, we were talking.
Sinners.
We were talking in the
Well,
last.
they were both made by American directors.
Yeah.
Were they written by
both about
American
stories in
people, though?
America, so that's a toss-up. That's either or.
They're both, I would say, critical of America's history. One in more recent history, and one in 90 years ago.
they're critical because one displays the Jim Crow era, and then the other displays what's going on currently. So,
Do you think that one battle after another, it takes place at the beginning during the Obama or Bush era?
well,
Is that
isn't it modern day throughout like the rest of it? So, do the math here. If
Modern day to Obama. So when it jumps, we're in spoilers.
Well, how long is the jump?
15 years.
15. How long? That's how old Willa is when they cut. She's 15.
She's 16.
So
They say 15 years later.
Oh, was
She's
it?
in
Okay.
high school or something.
So if it's 25, it
Yeah.
would have been the Obama era. Shit.
Why is that important, though?
What do we think one battle after another is trying to say? This has been a debate people have been having about what it like. I'll put my cards on the table. I believe it's saying, hey, it's Gen X talking to Gen Z, or maybe Gen Alpha. I think it would be Gen Z in this case, saying we fucked up. We didn't make the political change we wanted to, and now it's on you guys, and we're sorry. That's what I think the movie's saying.
I think what it was trying to say is that, you're not wrong there. I think what it was ultimately trying to say is that, what it was trying to say in terms of like family is like, try to be the best version of yourself going forward, whatever, how corny that sounds. But, if we're looking at it objectively, the picture it was painting was how, just cruel the system can be sometimes. And,
When you say the system, what are you referring to?
what do you think I'm referring to?
The Imperial Empire of the United States.
Sure, you can call it that.
What would you call it?
I would just call it the government. The uniforms. I think Lockjaw is one of the best characters I saw on screen all year because it shows like how pathetic people like him are. because he seeks all this external validation from other people. And, he bends over quite literally for Tiana Taylor's character. And but you can clearly tell that he's motivated. He's motivated by, doing good by other people and wanting to impress the people above him. Like, he's trying to get into the Christmas Adventurers, which is like, he's just a fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just...
But if those guys run the world...
I know, and that's what's scary, is that he perfectly encapsulates, like a masculine loser, because he's just... He thinks he's the shit. He thinks he's hot shit and all tough, and he has the guns and all that, and he's got the muscles, but he's just kind of a pathetic little bitch.
When he gets his office, he says, "Oh, mommy."
Oh, literally, bro. The way he like combs his fucking hair and the like, dog. He's like
the way he licks the comb first.
I mean, and not to mention that he's literally like letting a woman shove shit up his butt. Like, dude, you are like
shove shit up his. Wait,
the gun.
Yes,
isn't the gun over his butt?
Which is like,
she
bro,
put the gun up his butt in that scene.
He's literally a hypocrite towards everything that he believes and everything his little ego drives him towards, which is fucking hilarious. And when the fact that they just find out and that he had a mixed baby, and they're like, well, we just gotta kill him. I'm just like, fuck. And those
wait, you think they killed him because he had a mixed race child?
That was the
I
whole
don't think that's
point of it,
literally
isn't it?
why. Did you watch the movie?
I feel like they killed him because
there is a scene where they discussed that.
They discussed that it was
I think it's
possible.
multiple scenes. When
I did think it could have been.
And then they sent the dude to go literally shoot him. He pumped him with
Because
lead.
he had, I believe, to me, that was because he had outlived his usefulness.
No, it's because they found out that he had a baby with Perfidia Beverly Hills.
I thought it was the relations. Maybe it was the baby. The baby could have been part of it too, but I think right before he gets his office, they're interviewing him, right? I think, and
Where he talks about talking reverse rape.
Yes, yeah, that's the sex part.
He's just fucking pathetic, and it goes to show how a lot of people like that are in this fucking country, where they play fucking tough guy on the outside, but inside, in whatever way it is, they're probably fucking pathetic.
I don't find that helpful in trying to
unpack what the message is.
No, form like how I'm going to operate in the world, specifically because
maybe that's not the point.
Yeah, that
movies
doesn't
are messy. What I really liked about that movie in particular was how fucking messy it felt, and how dirty and real and fucking lived in the world felt. It didn't feel like a polished movie. Like those first 15 minutes, like the car chase and the bank robbery, like that shit felt real. It felt gritty. It felt fucking, it felt scummy.
Okay. When you said messy and stuff, I thought you were saying, I thought it was well crafted. But you don't mean it that way. You mean like it felt.
No, it's extremely well crafted. It felt like the way it it wasn't like a glamorous car chase. They weren't in some luxury vehicle. They, their getaways weren't smooth. The police were on them the whole time. It wasn't like they were ahead of it the whole time. You just felt the tension from just real things.
Well, it's also they're in Texas committing crimes. And
exactly.
Like, when that guy shot up Austin, they were on him in 1 minute and they shot him.
Literally, and it's like when you make Paul Thomas Anderson directed it really well, because he made it seem just so, like I said, the world's so lived in, and it just nothing felt glamorous about what he was trying to do with it. He just wanted to make it as authentic as he could. And the acting in it because of that, the acting in it just felt so fucking authentic. It just felt like, it didn't even feel like they were, like it was, I knew it was Sean Penn. I knew it was Leo. I knew it was, well, I didn't know who Chase Infinity was. I thought she was great. They just felt fucking alive in it. And I know they got like real military people. For like some of like the other.
The guy that interviews all the people at the high school, he's
just a real dude. That's just what he does, which is
before.
Terrifying if that's the way he's actually operating. Because that's not any. Maybe he beefed it up a little bit for the movie, but it's like he's doing it all from a place of like what he knows what to do. And so adding shit like that just kind of elevates it, because it's like both sides think they're doing the right thing. It's not like Leo and all those people are necessarily doing the right thing. They are just doing what they think is necessary. Same way the other people are doing what they think is necessary, but what Leo and those people are doing that they think is necessary comes from a place of good and a place of like empathy, and they want to help, whereas Sean Penn and all the military militia just want to alienate and kidnap and murder. And
It's a bait show, so I'm going to try to hit the bait real hard. Do you think there's anything Sean Penn could have done to become a part of the Christmas Adventurers Club?
Differently?
not had an interracial relationship.
Yeah.
Not have a
much all
gun up
that-
his
it
ass.
seemed like it was the one outlier.
I'm more practical on how I look at this because I think the reason to kill Sean Penn is that he orchestrated a military action in an American city
To get his biracial child
to figure
out
out
of the
if
way.
that was his biracial child. Like, I feel as though the Christmas Adventurers Club, there is nothing you could do to rise to their level. They see everyone else, even Sean Penn, even the guy that was authentic, as being beneath them.
Put it like this. The Christmas Adventurers would have offered him that regardless because they offered it because of what he had done
Yeah.
without carrying out that mission to go extract Willa and see if that was the case and kidnap her. So regardless if he did that or not, they would have offered him that position. And if he had never had that relationship with Perfidia Beverly Hills, then, it
Perfidia, yeah.
Perfidia.
Why did they offer it to him? They state
Well,
why
yeah,
they
to be
offered it
fair, they don't really... Do they say why they offered to him?
Yes, they do.
His military history? That's about it.
We have found it, that Jim Downey specifically says, we found it helpful in the past to have folks with your background as part of, and what that, only 1% to 2% of the country serves. And it is never people from
but here's
excuse
my-
me, it's never people from the ruling class that serve. Like, is it?
No, but here's my counter. Why would they not need his... they're looking for his military history the first time, why would they suddenly want to kill him? Only because he has a biracial child. That's probably why.
This is why the screenwriting is so great in it, because that's not what happens. And what happens is what we saw.
And we don't
And-
know the book. None of us have read the book it's based on, which takes place in the
I
60s
heard,
and 80s.
well, what I've heard is, it's loosely based on it. It's not like
Yes.
a word for word,
And I don't know if the
haven't
race
read-
elements are present in
I
it.
haven't read Vinland.
I think
I
it's-
bet the race elements are very prevalent because it was the 60s.
I just think it's super, super loose. Like, I don't even think any of the character names.
No, none of the
in
character
movie
names
is-
I've heard are the same. It's just
not
some of the
this-
plot points, some of
yeah.
the themes, and some of the story. Like, yeah, it's a very loose adaptation.
I think they were going to use him either way, and then when they were done, they're done. They don't have
But
the interview had. They were just trying to
once
extract
they
information.
found their excuse to do it, they offed him immediately. So
Yeah,
that
not
tells
giving
me
him a
that they
chance.
were looking for a reason the whole time, but they were also like, if he had nothing to hide, then they wouldn't have done anything.
So it's because he had something because he tried to hide something from them. They
Well,
felt.
yeah, he lied to them first of all when they asked him, "Have you ever been in an interracial relationship?" And he said, "No."
Well, you didn't consider that a relationship. It was just sex.
That's
That's
any
technically a relationship.
any relationship oriented sexual orientation at all. That is, have you ever been with like, he violated what the question was.
Yeah, you can tell they meant relations, like sexual
And
relations.
they met more than once. Not like it was a one-time thing, and it was calculated. He knew what he was doing. He wanted to do it. So yeah, he lied to them, and then they found out because he had a kid. And the Christmas Adventure people, they were funny, but Jesus, the way they were talking was like, it was gross. It was fucking crazy.
One of the like evolutions. I'm kind of like when I saw that we saw it in August, September, and then obviously things changed in the Twin Cities.
It was very crazy how relevant the film became after the fact. I really never say. Usually it happens the other way around, where something happens and then you make a film about it. But things happen, you made a film about it, and then those things happened again. But it felt really invasive this time. The same way it felt invasive in One Battle After Another, where they just went the fuck in there and they're like, all right, we're just going to go to this high school and fucking take all these kids and question them.
Yeah, and you obviously, well, if that guy hadn't driven right up to the high school, then we wouldn't have, tackled those kids and, arrested that teacher or whatever their argument is, which is dumb. The part I'm still struggling with because I just don't understand it, and I've recently come around to this idea that universalism isn't like we don't all think in a similar way beyond like, yes, I care about my family, but like around the world, like what you consider like. I don't think it's a universal idea to go, everyone is equal, Everyone has a soul and a heartbeat, and like, some people don't believe there are souls. It's totally fine.
No, well, I guess it depends it depends where your morals align. It depends how spiritual you are, I would suppose. I'm kind of spiritual. A question like that's tricky. I think that, Lockjaw's... he's just a bad person. So.
I'm genuinely not interested in Lasha because I feel like that guy's a tool of the oligarchic class
pathetic,
above him.
Bro.
I'm more interested in what is the motivation of the oligarchic class, the Christmas adventurers. Like clearly they're oligarchs, right? We all agree.
I don't
they
think
are under the David
important.
Duke mindset of we need to white cleanse America.
I don't think it's important
hideous.
to fully understand what the Christmas Adventurers Club wants to do.
Clearly, there is that argument that they are just racist, and they
were referring to black people in the movie as like lessers. They said it like
100%.
Yeah,
they do that, and what I can't tell is if they look at like themselves as uniquely, or if they're actually an us versus them kind of like.
It's definitely us versus them.
Yeah,
but I don't believe they look at Sean Penn as being equal to them, even though they're both white. Like I still think like
higher than they look at.
So one of the ways the oligarchs control us is by getting us to talk about race, when class would be a much easier way to discuss issues in our society. Don't you think?
I mean, look, that's a tricky conversation because when they refer to the people that are oppressed in it, they can't even refer to them as, people? Humans for that fact. Whereas they can look Sean Penn in the eye, they can still, pamper him and all that shit. They can still bear to look at him. They probably wouldn't even be able to stomach, talking to Willa the way Sean Penn can barely stomach talking to her, And if he's like the outlier in the situation, if he's the dude that actually wants to be in this interracial relationship, and he's still talking to this 15-year-old light-skinned chick like she's a dog, like there is no limit that those actual Christmas adventurers will go to. Like they're just, their mindset's pretty fucked.
Why is it important for you to understand their motive?
To stop them.
Well, their motive is pretty simple. They want to, like I said, white cleanse it up.
But like, they're not just going to let all the white people be rich. You know what I mean? Because
they want to do as best they can. Listen, I think Paul Thomas Anderson made it fairly simple in the film. I don't think
the movie's simple.
It's not simple, but I think he made the Christmas adventure simple. Yeah. Because if I'm being honest, people like that aren't complicated.
Well, but like David Duke doesn't have power in the United States today.
We don't know.
He's run for office. But he's not
had
like
a lot of power.
Yeah. I watched Black Klansman.
The same way those Christmas adventurers are a model of people that have power now.
Define that more, please.
The people that have money that are in charge of certain things, whether it's big corporations.
We have multicultural people with money in this country.
Yeah, we do, but that's just a representation of those, of a traditional America that old nationalist white assholes want to get back to. Because they still live in a pre-civil rights era America, at least in their head, and
I think it goes back further than that.
Well, it does, but most of the people, if it goes back further than that, then we're talking about people that are either 90 or dead.
Sure, this is where I go back to the class thing. It's part of why I don't like the Oscars, to be quite honest with you, because I see the Oscars as like a class-based thing that has nothing to do with reality. And
then why are you so upset that a South Korean woman made this comment? Like, if you don't care about it, why bring it up?
Because of the erasure to the other people that have come before her. I made that clear, didn't I?
Yeah, but if it doesn't, if the whole picture
was disappointed at her saying that.
There were other people from that
if
movie
the whole
that won
picture
awards.
doesn't matter to you, why even bother with the picture? If it doesn't matter,
I think the K-pop argument is stupid. Because I think every single Korean person that liked that movie is proud as fuck of that movie winning. So I don't think there's any argument among them of what she said.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So they're low-key, I don't think needs to be one among us.
Well, you're getting into
not our country.
You're getting into collectivism versus individualism, and the rest of the world is very collectivist. And the Christmas Adventurers are collectivists.
Are they?
Excuse me. They're looking at a group and collectively castigating them. They're looking at their group and saying elevating them. Whereas the point of the United States, as I understand it, is individualism.
Can you be collective if you're just including your own race?
Yes.
They
How
want
is
to be
that collective?
America's kind of both in the sense of like it wants to be collective as individualists. Or at least that was what they were founded on. They want you to have freedom of press and freedom of speech and freedom of religion and all the First Amendment things. Like they want that, or did, or
The
that was
king
what
tried
was
to
laid
enforce
out.
a religion, and they said no,
Correct.
and then came over here
And
and killed a
so
bunch of
people, because of that, and because of the opportunity this country allows, is that you are allowed to be an individualist among a collective of other individualists. And because of that, you pride yourselves among this camaraderie of being one big collective of people that can do whatever the fuck they want to pretty much that extent. Like, not whatever the fuck they want, but the world is theirs. The world is theirs to seize as long as they can take advantage of it. It's one collective, but everyone in it can make their own choices. That's what's unique about it.
When I say
That's what's unique about it. Sorry to cut you off, but that's what's unique about it. And then the Christmas Adventurers don't live by that.
Mm.
They aren't even individualists, I'd argue. They are all pretty much the same peas in one pod.
they have to be individualists to bring people into their organization.
They can't be individualists in the sense of they can't disagree with each other.
Yeah,
They have to agree
one
with each
goal.
other.
in
Do we
mind.
If
see
they wanna
the
roll with-
Christmas Adventurers disagree with each other? We don't see Jim Downey.
No, they
or-
all really quickly decide to kill Sean Penn, and when that doesn't work with the shotgun,
because he doesn't serve the collective, is your argument?
yeah,
Okay.
and the rest of them do. Like, there's a reason why they're in that room asking other people to be in the Christmas Adventurers, and their alternative to, if he can't join it, well, we have to kill him now.
Mm.
It's like if that isn't the opposite of being an individualist, I don't know what is. Like, he literally is incapable of making his own choices. He has to live by a guidebook. In America, you can quite literally be whatever you want.
Yeah, because we theoretically, before you found out that a bunch of well-connected people do not believe in meritocracy at all and will just give each other information, which is more recent to recent events. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, the way that people look at, like, lineages and blood oaths and that sort of thing, that's collectivism. Whereas in the United States, we're not... If another American does something great, I don't consider myself part of the collective. If we talk about sports later, and when someone says, we won, like when someone talks about, we won this one, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that always strikes me as funny because, well, you're not on the court, like,
I think
I don't mean you individually.
No,
I
know.
You know how people talk about this.
Right. With the Christmas Adventures, I mean, think about it like this. Like, they greet each other with the same, like
Hail Satan? Or
yeah,
Hail
no,
Santa?
Hail Santa.
Hail Saint Nick. Yeah.
Hail Saint Nick.
Hail Satan.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, they say that to each other. That's, I mean, that's like a verbal oath to each other. That is a verbal, greeting to each other. That is part of a collective. The same way, you're part of a collective if you belong to a religion. And, when, you're at church and they say, peace be with you, you say, peace be with you. It's like, that's part of being part of a collective. It's like, that's kind of what they strive for. They aren't individualists, the Christmas Adventurers. They're quite the opposite.
They're collectivists.
Yeah, they are collectivists.
Well, and I'll go bring it back to my class argument. The argument I like to make is that the oligarchs like to go, socialism for us, rugged capitalism for the other 99%. That's
you're
how I
not
view the
wrong
world.
because it's like the 1% are the people you see at the Oscars, and it's like, or for the most part, there are occasionally the people at the Oscars that win.
Ted Sarandos was in the audience. He's definitely in the 1%.
Yeah, no, Ted Sarandos. But then you look at the guy that won like the live action short film for The Singers, which I watched. That guy looked.
That
like
was on
he
Netflix.
no older than me.
Oh, best onion joke I saw today was the winner of live action short who brings his Oscar to his In-N-Out
To his
shift.
job interview. Yeah, I saw that. Cruel, but it's true, man. I mean, hopefully that dude gets a lot of opportunities now.
One of the
because
best local short film guys commented exactly right under it, and he is a
Literally.
full-time business owner.
you have to. You gotta until it's able to be the full-time thing.
Why does the Oscars have any cultural impact to you? Like, I guess
To
it got you to
me?
see some movies, yeah.
I mean,
As an individual, not as a collective.
I just think, not that it's like the pinnacle, but it's like it's not the pinnacle of like movie merit, but it's the pinnacle of a like movie celebration.
Oh, that's a nice way to look at it.
And that's the reason I like it. I think.
You know what I think
because
the pinnacle of movie celebration is?
what?
Opening weekend of Avengers Endgame, and I know
Oh,
that
come on.
because I'm a populist. I don't
in
go
terms
for
of
the
like a
elitist.
in terms of like a continuous thing, because that was only once, and I remember being there. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like something every single year that celebrates the movies like no other. It's the biggest award show in the country, and it celebrates films. So that's why I like it. I can give a fuck about who wins.
Well, I feel like over the past 20 years, the nominees have become
Less and less, just like less credible.
It used to be that The Departed, when it won in 2006, I think it was 2007.
Yeah.
That movie made over $100 million. Lord of the Rings, Titanic. These are popular movies.
Are you equating box office to being
Did you see
nominated?
Moonlight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah,
Moonlight's a
In
beautiful
theater?
movie.
I saw it at home. I did not see it in theaters.
Have you seen
no.
La La Land?
I haven't seen
I
that.
hated La La Land. I saw it in the theater.
La La Land's great.
That you like La La Land? When the white people teach the blacks about jazz? This is
Okay.
why it's important you saw Sinners, my friend. I'm
Okay.
sorry, it's such an easy joke.
I think La La Land's good because it's just a good story about two people that are inevitable but can't be with each other. Like that's why it's a good story.
That's a great way to look at that movie.
Yeah, you got to look at stories like that, like the overall. You can't look at the specifics of it because obviously it's weird that John Legend is the band member while Ryan Gosling's leading the way. Like, but you can't look at it like that. You have to look at it like you have to look at it like the way the artist intended you to see it. And
Have you seen Damien Chazelle's first movie, Grand Piano, with John Cusack and I think it's Elijah Wood?
seen Whiplash?
Yeah,
La
that was
La
the one that came
Land.
after that everyone saw.
No. Is it good?
Yeah, I have it on disc, so I've.
Wait, but you saw it though.
It's one that I actually watched it,
You
then bought the
teased the
disc, but
interview.
haven't watched the disc.
Uh
Like I saw it, bought the disc, haven't watched.
For the amount of physical media you own, I'm surprised with how much like I feel like you should have seen more.
Seen more.
Right.
What haven't I seen?
I don't know. I feel like
I saw La La Land. I saw Moonlight.
huh.
You know what-
you
you
did
know,
see. Well, you said it like you insinuated like you didn't see Moonlight.
No, I said Moonlight. If it made $20 million, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, it would have
my
made
point.
like
Whoa.
$10 million.
And my point is that
But how much did it cost?
Wait, but you're equating
$5 million.
box office to nominations then.
I'm saying movies used to have cultural impact, and we watched that light go out in our lifetime. Is that correct?
Oppenheimer won Best Picture like 2
Cultural
years ago. That
impact?
made like $900 million. It's a cultural impact of a movie. Oppenheimer had a cultural impact. That was like the biggest film of the year, other than maybe Barbie.
Yeah, it made everyone think about nukes. Hopefully, Israel doesn't shoot one off. Do they have them?
Yeah, they do,
Jeez.
but they're also in tandem with the U.S. So
And how did they get them? Oh, did they steal those?
We're not arguing that.
Yeah, I thought
here.
this was-
I
Yeah.
want to point out. Did they give it to the Russians? Anyways. No, actually, sorry. The Russians steal it in Oppenheimer, as they show us.
Yeah, I mean, I read. I didn't read all of it, but I read a lot of the American Prometheus book that they adapted it from.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of shit in that they leave out.
I like how much you read. Based on this is our first time talking,
You're right.
and it's great.
I love reading, man. I think that it's the best way to just sharpen the head. Reading.
Cat Williams says that a lot. and
Yeah,
like that
I mean,
about him.
look, I think reading's fun because it especially as a writer, because when you write, you have to imagine the way you're gonna film it. So when you read things, it's probably good to just work your mind and let it imagine.
Right.
things when you're reading.
So Nick, sorry, you weren't there. Kirk, I get you confused. You're similar.
Yeah.
Both my brothers, one younger, one older. The younger brother,
Both
Kirk,
the same
and
height.
same height, same size dick,
Race.
Wink.
same race, same mother, and we were using our character descriptions to see what like an image would come back to us as, and I found out that I had the wrong image in my head, or I had a different image in my head
Okay.
Of what you look like, or
of what a character we've been working on for 2 years looked like.
Oh, gotcha. Ooh.
Yeah, the
fair.
50-year-old principal. I was like,
That's why
well,
I can't
that's
write
too
with
sexy.
other people. That's low-key why I can't write with other people. That's why I just think, like... I think I could if I tried, but at the same time, I'm so specific and just so kind of stingy with what I write that I'm like, I don't mind sharing ideas. I just don't want to... Having to give up an idea for your co-writer's idea, that's probably better. I'm just not there yet. I need to get there.
That's fair.
as we wrap up here, okay, we've talked about Sinners. We all like Sinners. You think Sinners should have won, and you're okay with it not winning because it's kind of like there was a...
Ryan Coogler will be back, and Paul Thomas Anderson, that was kind of like a legacy win for him, I think. Because he should have won. He could have won an Oscar like 20
Yeah, because he
years ago.
technically hasn't won, right?
He hadn't. Those were his first Oscars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because he
crazy.
said you make a guy work really hard for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that Coogler is young, and he's only got like 5 movies under his belt. He'll be back with something. Like, if Sinners is his first original film, he'll be back with something else. So he'll win Best Director. I can guarantee that.
Yeah.
He'll do
believe
another
that.
Black Panther film, and then after that, he'll be unchained from the Marvel cog. So he'll be able to-
Unchained, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Shut up.
Okay, because he's black. Okay, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
I was thinking of Django Unchained, which is, I think, the comic book version.
Which is also a black guy, so I said with the same point.
He will be he'll be freed from the Marvel cog because they have locked down too many people.
They've also ruined careers. But, like,
Marvel?
look at Chloe Zhao. At least she was able to come back.
Only because
What careers
Eternals...
has the MCU ruined?
Yeah.
What careers has the MCU ruined? I would argue the Russo brothers,
How?
in the sense that
They're
it elevated them too far, because they were great TV directors. Then they came in,
And then they went 4 for 4 in the MCU.
They did. Is that because of Kevin Feige, or is that because of other people, or is that because of them? Because every movie they've made outside the MCU sucks.
Right.
Do you want to come over here and tell me
I'm not
Cherry
gonna.
or Gray Man was an excellent movie?
I'm not gonna. Argue with that because you're not wrong. But this
And
is
even
why.
21 Bridges, I didn't care
Here's
for.
my argument: is because I think
okay.
once the Russos think about it, they took a jump from TV, Community, Arrested Development, straight to Captain America. That's a huge fucking leap. And they had always said for themselves that they had envisioned themselves doing something like that. And then they got it. And then they did Civil War, even better. Infinity Endgame.
Wait, you think Civil War is better than?
Or
Winter
no, not
Soldier?
better than Winter Soldier, but it's bigger.
No, I do
should
think
say.
I actually do think it's better. I just I'm surprised
I
to hear
no,
someone
I
like
think
yourself
I
say
think Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is a much better movie than Civil War.
I
Why is
think
that?
it's
We're not
the
here to
plot's-
debate that.
the plot-
Let's
the plot
let
makes a little more
Cam
sense.
finishes.
But that's my whole thing is that like
plot just
the
makes a little more
Oscars don't have movies that everyone saw and enjoyed.
Of course not.
And it because of the way the Oscars
art's
have
subjective.
100%.
art is-
That's why we have.
Here's the thing: you also already said that you don't care about the Oscars, so why you?
No,
Why
I
does
said
it
that
matter
I
in this?
have a complex feeling toward the Oscars because it's an elitist
Yeah,
classist thing.
yes. Look, the Russo brothers can make terrible films outside of Marvel.
anyway,
They
to
can
fini-
if
right.
they wanted
and
to.
to finish that thought, I
Yeah.
think they got really comfortable just with that kind of energy in films. So they tried to make something somber with Cherry that just didn't fucking work.
Did you watch it?
I watched some of it.
Okay,
Not all of it.
I haven't seen it.
It just didn't look like it was my. I just didn't try.
The Gray Man made me very angry.
The Gray Man was, look, it wasn't that good of a film, but it was a well-made film. Like for the most part, from a technical standpoint, like everything is there. Everything's there. It's got big action set pieces, and it's got a moving story, and it's not like people are like, it's the worst shit I've ever seen. It's not the worst movie.
It was
I've
the
ever seen.
blandest shit I ever
Listen,
It's bland,
there
but it's not
are-
the worst.
For
I
that,
also blame Netflix,
there
just to be
are
clear.
right. No, but point is I think
Sorry,
they
Ted.
they tried to make an MCU movie with non-MCU characters.
I mean,
Just
technically,
normal
Chris
people.
Evans was in The Gray Man.
Well, no, I meant like they just try to make an MCU
Yeah.
movie with normal people.
Mm.
And then it just didn't work. And then they tried to do pretty much the same thing with the whatever movie they just made about the robots. I didn't watch.
Electric State?
Yeah.
Horrible.
But this is
You
the
watched
reason.
it?
I saw it,
And then
yeah.
they got him back for Doomsday and Secret Wars, and I've been saying the reason I'm excited for it is because they are on record being in like 2018. They're always being like, people would ask them like, "What's the one storyline in comics you want to do?" And they were like, "Secret Wars," but we don't know if Marvel will ever get there. But if they did, that'd be crazy, and we would want to do it. And here we are now. I think they have a strong vision for it, and I trust them.
I don't believe that. I think Robert Downey Jr., who just won an Oscar last year and got to go out on stage with Chris Evans and Vamp?
I think you got to also think about it like this. If you want a movie like that, you're hiring people that can handle the story and handle that big of a movie, and somebody that's done it before.
I think it's managing the
Managing
talents
the
that are making a
ego,
lot more money.
managing the ego,
Directing,
dude.
yeah.
You have Downey and Pedro Pascal and Channing Tatum and Ian McKellen and like Kelsey Grammer, like Pedro Pascal and Kelsey Grammer sharing the set together. Two people that are polar opposites in the way they live and the way they think. You gotta be able to manage that, dog. Like you have to be able to just keep it calm and fun and light and shit. So it's half about handling the
Frasier
story.
and the Mandalorian could get
And
along. They both
half
love Baby
about-
Grogu.
There you go. But it's like, and the Russos, like, they pulled off Infinity War and Endgame, which quite literally should have been impossible.
You've never
movies.
seen those movies, right?
Fuck no.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
Well, to be
Not
fair,
good, but, like-
Russo brothers are directors.
Yeah.
Sure. What, Nick,
They directed as best they could for the scripts they were given outside of Marvel.
Yeah. Well, I think they were written by the same people they did with Marvel.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Christopher McFeely?
Yeah,
Stephen Marcus
he
and
wrote.
Christopher McFeely.
Yeah.
I think he
But
wrote
only one
Electric
of them
State.
is coming
Yeah.
back for Doomsday.
Oof.
McFeely's coming back.
Nick, you don't give a shit about the Oscars usually, right?
These days, no.
Okay, why is that?
I just stopped caring. It's like
When did you care? Do you remember when you last cared?
maybe like a decade ago. I gave
fair.
more of a shit about
Maybe
it.
maybe in a
2016?
decade from now I won't care as much.
Okay, so 2016 Oscars. Shoot, what was even in the 2016 Oscars?
Spotlight won Best Picture. I didn't watch that movie until like 3 months ago.
I
Good
watched
movie,
it in the
very,
theater.
very relevant movie. If you guys
Yeah.
have seen it,
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
about
it,
bringing
yeah.
the Catholic
about bringing down
scandal
some
in Boston.
Catholic pedophiles. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Catholic pedophiles.
That's
is
pretty.
exactly
That's pretty relevant.
you see, what made that movie less impactful for me was the 2005 documentary. I think it's called "See No Evil," where they first started getting into this stuff
Okay.
before it was all the way out.
But why did
Less
it?
impactful.
Yeah, why? Like it's
Because I
2005,
watched a documentary
2016?
that interviewed actual victims and like actually had priests on
well,
camera.
obviously these movies are dramatized. So why does it make it lesser?
Because I'm just saying, because I saw the documentary, the fictionalized version of how, newspaper people figured it out was less impactful for me. And if we're going to talk about, hey, newspaper people and the inner workings of newspapers, I'd go with Zodiac over Spotlight. I'm not an insult to
Zodiac,
Spotlight.
okay.
I'm just saying Zodiac is a better newspaper crime movie. Would you not agree? Does anyone have a...
I don't
Well,
have
they're
a
two different
argument
kinds of
against
movie. One's
that.
about a serial killer
Yeah.
that
versus
no
serial
one's.
rapists. Yeah.
Well, in a different sense, one's very brooding and somber and slow paced without action, and then one is about the Zodiac killer, the most infamous serial killer of all fucking time.
I genuinely thought you were describing Zodiac and then you were going to describe Spotlight.
No,
What won the year before?
2015?
15 or 14.
Oh
Revenant?
no, Birdman.
Oh, Bert. Oh.
Yeah, or no, was it Spotlight then Birdman? One of the two. I don't know.
Sure. I would watch Spotlight again, actually. I was in the part of Massachusetts where that takes place, and someone was telling that to me. I mean, we're 20 years on from that happening.
Yeah.
And
Hey, this happened here. What the fuck? Who the
And you're 30 years too
was a
old to be of any interest.
You're 30?
doesn't matter how old
You're
I am.
38.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
Wait, why did?
Are you
why did
saying he's
guess
older than
number?
that?
I was joking, brother.
Do you think I'm not 38?
Wait, are you?
I'm not
33.
I'm not revealing my age on camera because
Son
I've learned that from some of my good actress friends. Is that no, you don't tell them.
That's why it
Just let
pays
them
not
think-
to be an actor sometimes. It's like,
Yeah, right?
yeah. Even though I'm young and people often think I'm older.
You're 38 though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
Fucking
sorry.
42.
I'm not 42 yet.
You don't
On
reveal your
Hitler's
own.
birthday, my brother will be 42.
You
Okay.
gonna celebrate it or something? You're like,
No, I definitely would not celebrate my brother's birthday.
Damn. Ouch. We got it on camera and everything. Fucking A.
And if you know what date I'm talking
oh
about,
my god. I don't.
that's cool. You'll
420. No, I really don't.
Oh, I knew that.
yeah, it's the funny thing to say about 420 is to not go.
I'm
Oh,
glad
it's
that I
420.
I'm glad that I don't see that every 420 when it, you know.
Oh, that it's Hitler's birthday.
Right.
Yeah, but if your brother's birthday was that day, the funniest thing to bring up would be,
Wait, your
hey,
birthday
one
is
of the
actually
worst
420?
criminals in history.
I
Is
would
it actually
focus more so on the
420?
facts like, hey man, your birthday's on 420. Let's like smoke a joint or something.
To learn more about Cam,
Yes.
let's do the next segment. Thank you for listening.
I was gonna ask, do we not cover any movies?
No, we
Secret
covered.
Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners.
Well, we didn't cover a lot of the list. So, do we want to touch back on that or
The list?
the list of nominations for
Oh, like the
best
Oh,
pictures?
like
Yeah,
fuck Timmy. I'm glad he lost.
because he assaulted
Did
the.
Did you like Marty Supreme?
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. I low-key liked it more than One Battle After Another.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Keep that. Look at that
saved
face.
this
Look at that face.
for now.
Look at that face. Look at that face. I mean, dog, we could run through my top 10. Like,
Go through your top
Yeah,
10.
go-
Go ahead. Yeah.
number
especially
10,
top 10.
I can go off the dome, I think.
Wow, this is
I
fun.
can't. I'd have to pull up my letterbox.
There you go.
Your letter, I see. It's cute. We're still on the Google.
Wait, what's wrong with Letterboxd?
Nothing's wrong with Letterboxd.
Well, you said
I've
that's
just
cute.
recently, in like the last 6 months, actually. started.
I'm not joining another social media. I'm not doing TikTok.
Not really.
I'm-
It's for myself mainly to just
That's
keep
great.
track of things.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I mean,
you
it's
can
got
list your
posters and
movies.
shit. It's fun.
we do the podcast for
All right.
ourselves.
Number 10 was Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. That's probably where Kyle wants it to be. Number 10.
Number 9 was Weapons.
Wow.
I love weapons.
Number 8 was Thunderbolts. Anyone
Oh,
here? Anyone?
yeah, I saw it.
I saw
I
it.
Good.
fell asleep for part of it.
I
did.
enjoyed it quite a bit.
I took my 4 and 5-year-old to go see it the day after having already seen it.
Knowing how fucking kind of dark it actually was. Now that
Yeah,
it was
when
like,
the kid gets.
like some suicide attempt.
Oh yeah, when the Hiroshima the kid.
That
Come on.
fucking
Their words,
dude.
not
When
mine.
that
We don't
happened,
need
when
to
I
say
saw
that.
that for the first time in the theater, I was genuinely oh my god.
Oh, Kirk can attest to this. I think it was you.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to a black lady who was making like audible noises, and then she and I were the only two like.
Yeah, I heard somebody laughing.
Evil laughing.
Goddamn.
Number
Even
7,
laughing. It was just funny.
Let him get to number
Train
7.
Dreams.
Train Dreams. I haven't seen it, so I cannot.
Oh, that's one of the top movies we
Yeah.
didn't talk about. I don't like 4x3. If it had come to a theater, I'd like it.
Oh, I love 4x3. That's what my 2 short films are in.
Wow. 4x3. Okay.
But like, why is that movie in 4x3?
Why is
Why
it 4x3?
can't it be in
Well, why?
4x3?
Creative choice. Why are my short films in 4x3?
Because you think
Creative
it's cool.
choice. No, it's because it makes it feel more claustrophobic.
Do you
Feels
agree
like
with that? Do you agree with that?
It could. I could see you using it that way. It's probably not the only way, like other people might use 4x3.
Composition, like, it's a different frame. You're not going widescreen. You're going higher than wider.
As someone your age, I said this to recently, who was very all about. I'm sorry, it's a thing.
Someone his age. Okay.
Someone who grew up in the social media era differently than we did. It reminds me of vertical video when I see 4x3 and watching.
I hate vertical video though.
Yeah, you should. But yeah, 9x16, done. But
still watch our Instagram stories and yeah, because we go by that ratio.
4x3 is nice though. It's nice if you shoot it correct.
do you get what I'm saying? That it reminds me of vertical video because you
In a
don't
way.
care about the background as much. You care about
But
the
if
subject.
you think about
and
it,
use the
like
subject
think
to-
about like IMAX 70mm. That's 4x3.
It is, because theaters used to be like that until the 50s.
Exactly.
When TVs came around, they're like, oh no!
We can go this way instead of this way. Number 6 is Begonia, another 4x3.
Oh, another
that.
of the top
Yeah.
movies that we didn't talk about.
Right.
He hasn't seen it. We like it. I would like to do that one.
Number
on the show.
5, this also could have low-key been nominated for Best Picture, but it wasn't. The Phoenician Scheme.
I didn't think it was that good.
What I really liked about the Phoenician Scheme was that my father thought he would like it. My adopted
And
father.
did he not like it?
And it was, I was like very clear with him. I don't think you like Wes Anderson. And I know this because of how you talked about Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. When 20 years prior I watched this in the living room and you were commenting the whole time like, what is this? Why is this like this?
Wes Anderson's super acquired. So you either really
Yeah,
like
that's
him or
fair,
you're asking
yeah.
yourself, what the fuck am I watching?
I feel like it's a mood thing, but
Feels
sorry,
like a play. No, it's absolutely a mood thing. Number 4, Hamnet.
No.
Goes without saying. Number 3, One Battle. Number 2, Marty Supreme, and then Sinners.
Wow. Number 2, Morris Supreme.
said
That's
Marty
pretty high.
Supreme number 2. Marty Supreme felt like a fucking lightning bolt when I was watching it.
Do you relate to Marty?
I'm not that big of an asshole.
But you think you're great, and you think you can achieve greatness by...
You have to think that if you want to be.
The only issue I see with
singular.
Morris Supreme is he can't. He has something to back it up. Because
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I'm
he
not
would-
letting I'm
yeah.
not letting Mr. Wonderful smack me on the
Yeah.
bare ass with a ping pong paddle.
Hey, but if it
I'm
gets you
not.
to the next step,
if he got into the next step that didn't matter,
Right, no,
spoilers
the
for
next step
Morris
for
Supreme.
what? He
Yeah.
still fucked it up.
he got to
That's
assert
like-
his dominance.
And then for what?
And an exhibition
Where did
match that
get
didn't
him?
matter?
Didn't even get him a flight home.
It helped him reach his zenith of what he wanted so that he could break into
No.
the next stage of life being a father.
See, it's
Sure.
Only
I like that thinking. I
only-
like the way
only-
you're putting it.
only because he had no other
but Marty
choice.
was kind of pathetic.
Oh, I found it cliche and dumb, just to be clear.
Oh,
And I was hurt by that ending of the movie because,
just like F1, maybe.
oh yeah, Jesus.
no, I believe the people who made F1 enjoyed F1.
Yeah.
Whereas I know
Oh.
Timothy doesn't know what it means to be a father.
No shit, he's not a father.
Exactly.
He's
That's why I, as a father, get to go, this is somebody play acting in a way that makes me like them less.
That is the beauty of being an actor.
Yeah, you can play
See,
wherever you
and-
Because
want.
he's acting.
MBJ, I was rooting for, and I've
MBJ
been
doesn't have kids. Do you believe him as a father? Or a...
Actually, I believed him having a dead kid more than I believe
Jeez.
Marty Supreme having a live kid.
Damn.
That's an important part
Leo
of
doesn't
Sinners.
have kids. You believe him being a
Leo
dad?
doesn't know whether or not he has kids.
Wait, when
He
did
doesn't
say
have
that?
kids. He does.
No.
He hasn't raised kids.
Yeah, he hasn't raised
Yeah.
a child, so you
That
believe
he
him
knows
being a
of.
father to a 16-year-old? Seemed pretty believable to me. That's called acting, brother.
Yep. I agree that I believed Leo, and I didn't believe Timmy.
And think about this. Think about this.
I'm thinking-
With Leo, he's dealing with a 16-year-old girl. He's got to actually fight the instinct to date her.
Well,
to
she was
play as her dad.
3 years older. Like, he has that perfect, like, 19 to 24.
Oh, 19. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
19
That's
to 24
like,
is what, so it's okay in Europe.
Yeah, what are you?
Looked down upon here.
This was not where I thought. That was
yeah,
not
what
what
are
I
you
thought he
suggesting?
meant.
Incest here, or what are we?
No, we're
going-
suggesting
no, I'm just
that
saying,
Leo
like,
dates young women because
Leo's acting
Yeah, his
of
own
he's
daughter,
emotionally
though.
doing a good
overrated because
doing a
becoming
good job
famous
of
at-
being convincing as a dad to a 16-year-old that I'm joking he would might want to date in real life.
Yeah, but he
is
would
a
never
testament
date
to
his own
acting.
daughter.
I'm not.
scenario.
I'm not
will
saying.
Leo date
I'm not
Jason
saying.
Infinity or does he have that level of knowledge?
I'm saying that it's an even bigger
I hope
stretch
not.
for him to play a
Did you hear
dad.
about when
convincingly.
PTA had to explain to Chase Infinity why the nunnery was named what it was, and she was like, "Wait, why did you name it that?"
Why was the name what it was?
What was it named?
Oh,
Yeah, what was it
Beaver
named?
Something.
What was
Beaver. I didn't know the whole
Something.
name. Yeah, something Beaver.
Yeah, and why do you remember the word beaver?
Pussy joke?
Yes.
It's yeah.
Damn right it was.
Have you guys seen The Naked Gun?
The
That's like
recent
top
one?
3 movie last
Yeah.
year for me.
Thank you. No, I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, I
I've
saw
seen-
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the new one. It was
Okay, well,
able
the
to
new one
attain
last
that
year
level.
that was an honorable mention. That was the funniest shit I saw last
Yeah,
year.
it's great.
Yes.
But the original is maybe the funniest movie of all time because there's a line in it that where this woman is in the closet and she's on a stool and he's looking pretty much straight up what you'd think would be her dress and he's like, Nice beaver.
Sure.
And she pulls down a fucking stuffed beaver, and it's, oh, man, it's just comedic timing at its best.
Yeah. We have all in this room been 14-year-old boys before.
Okay,
That's why we think it's funny.
I mean, dude, I can laugh at that shit right now. I can laugh at that.
Because you still remember being a 14-year-old boy.
I've watched that movie for the first time as a 23-year-old.
I know, but you can't take away from you your experience having been a 14-year-old boy.
Sure, I guess.
Unless it's like the Prestige where you're not real and in every moment you're being destroyed in a
When I was 14, I was watching
Spoilers.
Prestige cinema like The Martian.
I mean, it was considered Prestige.
No. But that was what I was
Dude,
watching.
fucking Matt Damon at their artist equity company, they have the bat suit and the Martian suit.
That's
when
hard.
you get off the elevators.
That's hard. But that must suck, because it's like, dude, imagine your friend has the Batman suit, and what do you have? A space suit.
I'm sure a lot more adults and rich people respect Andy Weir's creation over Bob Kane's creation.
Maybe in that sense, but at the same time, you're not gonna lie. What would you rather have? A spacesuit or Batman?
Would I rather be a spaceman or a Batman?
You'd rather be Batman.
Batman all the time.
Batman, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? You know how many people are spacemen? A lot of people. You know how many people are Batman?
Senator
One
Mark
person.
Kelly, you know?
One
Okay.
person is Batman. That's what's fun about it.
No, have you
Well,
read
not one
Batman?
person. There's an actor. Like, there's more than one actor, but it's like,
There's literally going to be two actors at the same time playing Batman if David Ellison doesn't fuck this up, because there will
David
be
Ellison's gonna fuck everything up.
one guy owns the Hollywood Reporter and Deadline.
David Ellison is going to fuck it all. It was gonna be bad either way, but at least Netflix kind of had ethical. They know what a good movie looks like.
They do not. They absolutely do not.
More than David Ellison? What are you talking about? Netflix has produced great movies.
Name three.
All right, I'm gonna name
three,
three
okay.
for
Frankenstein doesn't count.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Okay. Oh, for a sequel to a movie that came out in theaters that they bought. Yeah.
Sure, but they still had the creative foresight to take advantage of that.
Sure, they made that movie 10
The
minutes too long,
Irishman.
so-
Did you like The Irishman?
No.
You didn't like The Irishman?
I love Martin Scorsese. I think Martin Scorsese should be forced to make a movie people can sit through in a movie theater.
Or like they had the creative foresight to give K-pop Demon Hunters a home, and
Yeah.
say what you want about that film, and won an
Because
Oscar.
Sony's dumb.
Sure, they are.
But
You're
it's
correct.
still-
And
Sorry, you screwed
Netflix,
that one
It
up.
and
still
Netflix
counts. It
jumped
counts.
up on it.
Yeah.
Like,
They made a good
say what
licensing
you
deal.
want, but I'm going to trust them. Like, they are behind some acclaimed television shows: House of Cards, Stranger Things, Black Mirror.
Okay. Can I go through
What
those?
the hell does David Ellison have to his name to back up his creative decisions?
His father created the infrastructure. The CIA built it.
Him. I'm talking about him, not his
Creative
father.
decisions, not.
Just so we're clear, House of Cards, based on a BBC show, and went too long
Oh,
and
it
was
was?
ruined by the end.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Spacey did that. Pending lawsuits.
It was a good show until Kevin Spacey.
Stranger Things. They have to restate the plot every time. Like, I like Stranger Things, and I'm watching.
Are you going to
rewatching
deny
right
that
now.
it was a cultural phenomena?
It was great that it was a cultural phenomenon.
And it was smart for Netflix to back it as much as they did because they made as much money as they did.
I may or may not know that.
I don't think season 5 was dog shit. I'm not
Well,
going to deny
everything
that.
after 1 was bad, and
Pretty
after
much.
4 was worse because they alienated I can't say the thing about season 1, but the season 4, the guy divorces the wife who was rating.
Right. I would just say for as many shitty movies that Netflix makes, they still have more creative merit than David Ellison.
Black
or
Mirror is also a
Larry
BBC
Ellison.
co-production, isn't it?
I have no idea, if I'm being frank with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just think that, like I said, like,
Do you feel there should be a federal film incentive program as a young person today?
I do.
Do you?
I mean,
A federal film incentive? What is meaning? What?
If you make a movie in the United States, we're going to give you a rebate.
Oh,
I think so,
why not?
just because of how much film brings to the, like, not only like the money it generates, but the jobs it generates. Like, a big Hollywood production is seeing at least 1,000 employees on it.
Temporary employees. Most of
Sure.
those are 1099s.
But those are still people that are working and getting hopefully more jobs other than that one big movie. Especially if you're good at it, you are.
If you can have a train track where you keep finding the
Exactly.
next thing, yes.
And of course it's dependent on how big the budget is. But yeah, I think, for as much money as the film industry generates the fucking economy, it should definitely be rewarded like that. I don't know
It
how
is as big as the auto industry for this country.
exactly.
It's about 3% of GDP.
And it's been around just as long as if not longer than the auto industry. When did cars come into play? 1920s? When did films come into play? The 1900s?
They're both around the 1900s.
Point is like, yeah, it's like it generates shit tons of money, billions of dollars every single fucking year. More than a lot of these major corporations do. I don't know how you wouldn't want to back it, because if you back it, that incentivizes.
Because you'd be taking public money to enrich an already elite class of people.
Is that a wrong thing? Or
See,
what?
and that's what I want, and that's what I also want, and that's what I also wish more people would become educated with. Is like, there's only like, even in Hollywood, the fraction is that with people that actually are comfortably living there. Otherwise, it is day players and job hunters and, people that are auditioning 5 times a week hoping to get a fucking extra role on a TV show that 3 people will watch on Peacock.
Well, you see, that's the thing, is that 20 years ago, what you're describing was possible because there was ad-supported television.
Sure, yeah.
But that doesn't exist anymore, where you get like...
But what I will say is that film is becoming more and more independent now. Look at me. I'm in production on a feature. I am doing it pretty much like, other than my crew, like solo hand, no big companies at hand with me producing it. And there are ways to distribute it. There are ways to showcase it. There are ways to show it to people. There are ways to talk about it that weren't able to be done even 20 years ago. So I don't know, like it's a unique position where it's like people are like, the film industry is dying, but it's like, dude, the film industry is only becoming more and more innovative because of the access you have to make films, and that the less money you have means you have to get more creative with it. And sure, like 9 out of 10 movies that do that will be shitty because they don't know how to get creative with it. But then there's hopefully that one movie in the 10 that is super creative with it because they, hopefully had a vision behind it that didn't require X amount of money. Because a good movie doesn't require X amount of money, in my opinion. You can, especially nowadays, dog, you can make a movie with so much for such little cost, There's like, dog, there are free editing tools, and there are, if you really want to get extreme with it, like they just shot 28 years later on an iPhone. Granted, they had lenses that look like that with the setup still, but you could technically shoot a film on this.
Yeah.
Edit a film on this.
Tangerine came out 10 years ago at this point.
Thank you. And so it's only becoming easier to make films.
I had nothing to do with Tangerine.
And it's only, I do, it's Sean Baker. I know what Tangerine is. But that was a solid setup. I just think it's becoming more accessible, and that means it's going to become, not more people will do it because it's not easy to do. And it takes a village to do it, in big or small. You need people around you, and you need people that you trust. So you literally cannot make a film by yourself. Whereas you could make an album of music by yourself, distribute it by yourself, technically. You need people to make a film. I like collaborating, and it's just becoming easier to do that. Like I said, Doug, like I'm going to a film festival in Los Angeles in a month and a half in May, and I secured that without even having to go to Los Angeles or go to California to make that connection. That and that right there kind of goes to show the abilities you're able to do with networking. Like, I didn't have to go to California to make California connections, and I have people from California that I talk to, and it's like, and people from like New York, and people from New Mexico, people from like all over the place. It's like, you just have to be creative with the way you network, and you just have to be creative with your vision, man. Because like, film is ever evolving, and if you not even know how to harness it, if you just kind of know ultimately just how to tell your story the right way, and tell it with your unique stamp of approval, then you'll be good.
I think I'd like to learn more about this in an interview, Cam.
Wow, great tease. Yeah, we'll find out more about Cam in this interview. See you there. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.